car. Why are there still cars driving down? We're on lockdown. It's day 2 of lockdown for South Africa. So today I'm going to be just making a short video for you. I'm going to be showing you one of the ways you can make a GIF in Photoshop. Someone shared with me this information that Adobe will be sharing their software for free for the next 2 months. I don't know how true this is. I should probably go check that out just to back it up. So if you don't already have Photoshop, I'm sure you can sign up for a free trial or hop onto their 2-month free deal. So I will be using the intro for this particular series that I'm doing to show you how to make a GIF, or a possible way to make a GIF in Photoshop. And I'll probably be in the garden for the rest of the day. Hopefully we'll be able to show you the progress we've made today in tomorrow's video. So keep watching to see the progress of the vegetable garden and how that's going. Stay safe, guys, and don't dip into your snack inventory too soon. Remember, you gotta make it last. And enjoy. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is open your artboard. I've created mine so that it's gonna fit my screen for YouTube, and I've just drawn a shape, and I'm going to fill it in my usual turquoisey green color. You can literally select any color you want, but the color you're going to pick is going to be the background color for your GIF through the entire thing, so make sure you're happy with it. I want mine to be a little bit darker, and there we go. Cool. So now we're going to add some text. I want 2 pieces of texts, so the reason I'm going to do them separately is because I want one part of my text to move in the GIF and the other needs to stay as is. So I'm going to do quarantine with first. And in Photoshop, you don't need to create a new layer before adding your text. When you add your text, it automatically will create its own layer. This is different to Illustrator. In Illustrator, you make a layer and then you put your text. In Photoshop, as soon as you start typing, it'll make its own layer. So now I'm just looking through the fonts, but I think I've decided to just give it a normal font for now, just to get the basics down, and we can always go back and adjust it later. So now I'm going to go and put in my second piece of text, which is Blue Bunny. As soon as I can learn how to spell. And I'm going to put that in its font. Okay, so now I've got my text down. I'm just playing around with the placement a little bit. Now I can go back to the quarantine with. I'm just lifting the text up because I know I'm going to be putting stuff beneath it. So I'm saving room for that. Alright, now we can go find a text that we like. I like this one. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. So currently my text is both centered, but because of the different fonts, they don't fit together well centered. So I'm actually going to make Blue Bunny go off to the right a little bit. I'm just going to play around until I feel like they fit together. You could try do this with your name. You don't have to necessarily have 2 different pieces. I'm just showing you how I've made my introduction to my videos. But maybe start with 1 piece just to practice. Okay, now we're going to add a texture over the font. So I'm going to pick my brush. I've already used the color picker tool to get the exact color of your background, which is important. And I'm going to go and pick a grungy brush. We're just going to give our font some texture. And then it's important that this layer is above your text layer. I don't want to affect the quarantine with. I only want to go over Blue Bunny. It was very light and I realized that my opacity was really low, so I had to make my opacity higher. There we go. And I'm being careful to only go over the words Blue Bunny. So now it gives it that kind of like stampy look. I'm also going to go and grab some vectors, which I already had saved from free pick. And I'm just going to, within Illustrator, make it white and copy it over. So to copy it over, I just select what I want, go Control C, and then in Illustrator, Control V. Unfortunately, my screen recorder stopped working in between and I didn't realize, so I've already placed the leaves. I've placed my little bunny logo in his boat and the ripples around it. You can see I'm going to rename my layers now so that I don't get confused, but what's important for you to know is that the leaves is one layer, the boat is one layer, and the ripples is another layer, so they're separate. And the reason for that is because I'm going to want to make the ripples look like they're moving, but I don't want to affect the size of the boat. Okay, so now I've selected all those layers and created a group. I'm going to name that group frame 1 because all those elements together is one frame. And then the idea is to take that group, drag it down over that little page icon, and it will duplicate your group with all the existing things we've already created. There's no need to recreate it, we've already done the work. So we're going to rename that frame 2, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to go and fiddle with those things that are within that group. So for example, instead of making a new brush stroke, deleting the old one and doing a new one, I'm just going to take the one I have and move it. There we go, you can see I'm fiddling around with that. You can, if you have the layer selected, you can just use the arrows on your keyboard to move it around. And I'm going to make those ripples around the boat a little bit larger. So frame 1 is still visible underneath it, so that while I'm making the ripples bigger, I can see how much bigger I should go in comparison to. So if you'd like to compare sizes, keep your previous group visible. That's with the little eye icon that are next to the layers in the layers icon or the layers menu. But it did start distracting me, so I hit it. You can see the little eye icon is gone next to frame 1. And now I'm just moving the words blue bunny around ever so slightly. I'm giving it a little bit of a tilt. And there we go. So if I have them both visible, you can see the difference. And then you're going to go and basically duplicate these layers at least 5 times. So I'm just going to duplicate it again, and I'm going to do exactly what we just did. I'm naming it to frame 3. And I'm just locking my other frames so that I don't accidentally mess around with the wrong thing. And then again, same thing, we're just going to go and move some stuff around. If you want to know how to select something, if you're struggling to grab a certain thing in a layer, you can press Ctrl T and it will give it that blue binding box that you see now around Blue Bunny. Okay, so we're just repeating what we've already done. We're going to do this another 2 times. You can see to move a layer up, you literally just click on it and you're going to drag it up. Okay, so now I've got all my frames. We want to animate this. So to animate it, you need your timeline, which you can find under the window, and it'll be near the bottom. There we go. Now you'll see that bar will automatically pop up underneath. You want to make sure that it's going to say create animation. You can see that little drop down menu. Mine's already selected, but that's where you go select it. And you're going to have your top frame selected. I'm unlocking all my frames so that I can work with them now. I'm just making them all visible for, you don't actually really need to, I'm just playing around. And then as soon as you click on the word create your animation, the first frame will pop up. We're going to make sure that on that little drop down menu on your frame that 0.2 is selected. That's how long it's visible for, so that's 0.2 seconds. And you want to make sure that your GIF is going to be looped and save forever, so that it'll just keep looping itself. I'm now going to go hide the other frames. They didn't actually need to be all visible in the first place. And what we're going to do is duplicate that frame by clicking it and dragging it onto that little page icon. Now you have to go and, so for each frame you create, you're going to make that frame visible and the rest invisible. So for the second frame, I made sure that the second frame from the top was visible. The third frame I created, I made sure that the third frame in our layers panel was visible. I hope this makes sense. And then you just press play to see how it's going to look. And that's how it looks. So I am happy with that. So now you're going to export it. You're going to go export and save for web. This is if you want it to be a GIF. My settings are already alright, but basically all you need to worry about here is make sure that the preset is a GIF. You want to make sure it's not a PNG or a JPEG, it is a GIF. And then you just go and save it somewhere. I'm saving it onto my rather messy desktop. And then you can just go out of there and open it and see if it works. Which it does, and that's what it looks like. So have fun making your own.